Hey, shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, we're going to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakodash. Devil honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Real quick, man, this is an article based on a great resignation, based on a lesson I just did or finished. I kind of wanted to add this in there. I actually forgot to read it, but that's how the spirit works. But anyway, it says a great resignation is not over. A filth of workers plan to quit. And I went into this earlier this year as well, but it doesn't hurt to recap this because actually here the brother actually posts something similar. But Mike Adams is his is more detailed and thorough. But it says the great resignation term coined in May 2021 describes that the record number of people leaving their jobs since the beginning of the pandemic. It says after an extended period of working from home with no commute, many people have decided that work-life balance has become more important. And it is because people, they need a balance, okay? People are tired of getting up in the morning, doing the same thing, and just show you of a declining society, okay? Like in certain countries like Europe, I forgot what they call it, but basically, man, you have time that you can go home and take a nap. Think you're on like a 3-hour window or something, you work like 30 some hours a week, you get mandatory 3 months off. It's pretty dope, You're not all burnt out. But over here, man, this is just straight up slave culture, But that's how Esau built it up. It says this resolution or revolution in the world of work appears to be continuing apace, with 1 in 5 workers globally planning to quit in 2022. Okay, and we at the end of 2022, to be technically honest. It said that's the key, finding the consultancy firm PwC's global workforce hopes and fears surveys more than 52,000 workers in 44 countries and territories carried out in March of 2022. It says pay is unsurprisingly the main factor in people wanting to change jobs, with 71% citing it as a key reason, but men were more likely than women to say they were fairly rewarded financially. But the report author said that this reflects long-standing problems in wealth inequality, and highlight the need to advance the gender equity agenda, including pay transparency and higher female participation in the labor force, which women shouldn't be working anyway. It's confusion. But it says yet money isn't enough by itself to retain workers, who are almost as likely to cite intangible factors related to meaning. It says job fulfillment and ability to be one's true self at work will rank second and third among employees considering a job change. While some managers may fear employees discussing sensitive and potentially divisive social and political issues at work, the survey found that 65% of workers discuss such issues with colleagues frequently or sometimes, with the number higher for younger workers with ethnic minorities, okay? But it says flexibility of increasing importance to staff according to report, but however, there is a disconnect with how employees see things. Employers, 26% of employees said they would prefer full-time remote working, right? But only 18% said that their employee is likely to adopt that model. But another 18 said their employee is likely to require full-time in-person work, which is just 11% of employees prefer, right? Because nobody wants to be in no fucking job 24/7. Like, you're at work more than you're at home. Okay, that's burnout, and then you're not getting the money that's required of it, man. Okay, and on top of that, this inflation stuff is getting out of control. People are getting ready to lose it, man. But it says, of course, a significant proportion of the global workforce is unable to work remotely. And this group of 45% of respondents reported less satisfaction with their job than those working in hybrid or fully remote settings, compared to the 63%. It says, they're also far less likely than others to say they find their job fulfilling, believe that their team cares about their well-being, and they don't. We was talking about that today at work. It says think that they're fairly rewarded financially or feel they can be creative in their work according to the report. Okay, but hey, that's clearly not the case here, man. Okay, when you go into the book of Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter, man. Hold on 1 second. Let me find it real quick. I think that's Sirach 4. quick, the Apocrypha. Fuck it, man. Let's go here, man. Because people aren't feeling appreciated for the work they're doing, man. You know? So anyway, this is the book of Sirach 4:1. It says, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long. Okay, and that's what these employers do. Okay, you know, bad enough you gotta wait a week or two to get paid, you know, and then on top of that, they're giving you shit. And when they give you more money, they put more pressure on you to do more work, man. Okay, and people, they don't want to live like that. People just want to do their job, they want to go home. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to spend majority of their lives at work and coming home tired, beat down, then you got to do house chores. That shit is old, man. Okay? I mean, well, a lot of women are complaining about that, but see, you women, you messed up because you decided you wanted to work. You wanted to be equal to the man instead of being housewives, man. You know? But it says, make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress, and add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give him that is in need. And that's the point. Esau doesn't go by this, man, because if he did, hey, he wouldn't have as much slack. But hey, people are giving him hell on the job. Why? Because he's an unjust ruler, man. Like the scripture said, unjust ruler would destroy his people. Unwise king would destroy his people. And this total workforce is just backwards. That's why people are going into work for themselves, man. People are finding ways around it. People are doing gigs now, you know, tax-free, setting up business deals, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But that comes with a particular spirit too, you know, because now you got a lot of women that's pretty much in this so-called self-independent stage. Give me 1 second. Salak, you can turn this shit off. We got a lot of women that's so-called independent, that's doing their own thing, but see, it's a mindset that comes behind that shit. You see what I'm saying? And they're not looking at the brighter picture of it. They're looking at the whole, the now type shit. But what about when things go sour? Because eventually being independent, that's just a fad, man. Okay, you got a lot of women that's into real estate, and they doing it because other women are doing it, and they're seeing that they're so-called prospering. But how long is that going to go before everything shuts down? Because when people aren't working, that market goes to shit, just like anything else. You know, just that, oh, I can do it on my own, I'm a superwoman. No, you're going to find out that you're not. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, we don't know what we're talking about, according to you people. But let's go to the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter, and we're going to end it. I just thought I'd put this article in there since I did put it up. But this is the book of Isaiah 19, and I'm going to start at 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom, because, hey, the scriptures go into realm against realm, okay, city against city, okay? And you're going to have people from KCMO fighting people from KCK, okay? People from particular suburbs, people from Chicago fighting people from Riverdale, because people from Riverdale going to go into Chicago looking for food. People from Hyde Park going to go into the Brunswick, or not the Brunswick, the Bronzeville zone, and they're going to try to find food there, okay? And this is going to be a straight out fucking bloodbath, man. It's going to be dangerous out here. Nowhere you can go, you know? And the men of the Lord, hey, we warning you now, okay? But it says here, and the spirit of Egypt shall fell in the midst thereof, and I would destroy, it says, and I would destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits. People are going to literally seek to these demons and these particular gods that they want to serve to do what they have to do. But it's not going to be the case, because the Most High is going to be orchestrating this whole thing. 14, it says, and the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt, in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. Neither should there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail or branch or rush may do. And in that day Egypt should be like women, and it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it, man. Okay, so I'm going to end it there. All praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. With that, shalom and a blah, blah, blah.